Hello, everybody, and welcome to HG Movie Talk. I am
Hello.
Fluffy Duff. Oh my God! Okay, I am Fluffy. I am Fluffy Duffy, or also known as Harlan Duffy, and I am joined here by my co-host today, Dean's Beans, otherwise known as Beans Deans.
Otherwise known as, what's my real name?
I know your real name.
It's Dean Bean.
Dean Walker. Yes, it's
Dean Walker. Anyway.
Runner. I should have said Dean Runner.
Okay, yeah. So do you want to explain what we're doing today?
So today we're going to do a little bit of news and then a lot of reviews. And those reviews are going to be talking about our favorite movies.
Yes. Each of our one favorite movie. I don't know how you would word this.
Well, I think it's fair to put in quotation marks our favorite movie.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's kind of, but not really.
Yeah, it's not the yeah, we'll talk. I'm not going to talk about it now. Let's talk about some news.
All right, let's talk about some news. Numero uno.
Yes.
It's Venom Let There Be Carnage coming out October 1st.
Well, here's the thing. Sorry to correct you, news item number 1, but it isn't for us in the UK.
Oh, it isn't for you is it still October 15th?
For whatever reason, they did not push it forward for us. I'm not that bothered, to be honest. I don't really care about this movie.
Well, it's okay. So October 1st for us over here in the US.
Yeah.
Cool. I'm excited to see this.
Did well.
Right. But one thing that really surprised me is this movie's only 90 minutes long.
Is it? I did not see that.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm happy about that.
Well, I have faith in it because 90 minutes long and it's directed by Andy Serkis.
Yeah. I was going to say Andy Serkis, and it's not very long. And, apparently the end credit scene blew everyone away. So I might just message you and be like, what was the end credit scene?
I'll tell you because you'll probably get spoiled either way.
Well, yeah, to be honest, I don't care about this movie. I'll watch it, but
me either. The first one was pretty good. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, it was fine.
But I have a lot of faith in this one.
I think it was very forgettable.
Yeah, it wasn't anything special. It could have been. It wasn't bad though. Could have been bad.
Yeah. Anyway, let's move this along. Next news.
Okay, don't ask me to recall this person's actual name from Aquaman. But King it turns out he's King Orm.
Orm, O-R-M, I think.
There was a set photo of him.
Nice.
Isn't that extremely interesting?
Yeah. He's 50. He looks good.
Yeah, he's jacked.
Yeah, I don't know. He was put in prison at the end of the movie, so I don't know what's transpired to.
I'm gonna guess he got out.
Yeah, which is weird because it felt like they kind of had an understanding at the end of that movie, didn't it?
Well, I mean, this movie could be terrible.
That's true. Aquaman was all like, "Hey, if you ever change your mind, I'll let you out of prison, bro."
Was he just is that your Jason Momoa impression?
That's my Aquaman impression specifically.
Oh, but not Jason Momoa.
No, that's different.
Okay, can I have your Jason Momoa impression?
Sorry, no. I kind of need, he needs to come up in conversation.
Well, how about you just think about it. Just get ready, okay?
Okay.
Okay. Spider-Man 2.
Yes, talking about Venom stuff I'm actually excited for.
Have you played the first one?
I have, and it is superb.
I have not.
Yes.
I don't have a PS4.
I didn't know that. Yeah, and the second one is also solid.
The Miles Morales?
That one, right. Yeah, it's pretty good. Obviously, the first one's better, but
I was when I saw this, I was like, cool. That's fun, but I don't know if I'll buy a PS4. I mean, a PS5 because they're expensive.
Yeah, if it's on the PS4, you might be able to get one for very cheap, but
maybe. But there's another thing coming up that will make me not want a PS4.
Yes.
And then as for referring to that,
I think Craven is going to be very cool, and just the thing these games nail is the story behind all these characters. Just the one thing that I think made these games is having them about an experienced Spider-Man already out in the world and everything like that. And I think that's what really worked out these, and that's why I think stuff like this is really going to work. Of introducing Venom now.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Next one.
Now, this.
Dude, this is gonna be so cool.
Oh,
Literally, like, whatever they do.
Yeah, I'm very interested to see what kind of game it's gonna be, because I can't see it being like an open world type thing.
They said it wasn't gonna be an open world, if
Yeah.
I'm correct. Which
But
is
then
like kind of disappointing, but it's like also cool.
But it depends what you mean by open world, because there could be some things that are,
Right.
I don't know.
I think
I'll play it, and yeah.
it would be cool though. Like there was like this forest area, and you're just Wolverine on a bike, and you just have to like do all these like side quests of like ripping people in half.
Yeah, like there's the game Red Dead Redemption, which is like just going around on horseback and stuff like that. And then when I was like, oh, you could do it like Red Dead Redemption, I was like, why? They could just set it in the 1800s and just be like, this is what.
Yeah, they could.
But I don't think they will. But there's so many different directions they could take this in.
Right. Like all we have is like this, like what, like 10-second trailer.
Yeah. And it's not any gameplay footage or anything like that. So.
Still looks cool though.
Yeah. I'm very interested to see like the mechanics of how he does stuff.
Yeah, that's good. It's bound to be cool.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. Next one. Marvel Studios. We got some announced dates for Untitled projects.
Here's what they're going to be. Fantastic Four, probably. Blade, probably.
Probably.
Maybe Captain America 4.
Probably.
And like, if we're lucky, a Mutants thing. That's because Blade and Fantastic Four and Captain America 4 are the only 3 projects that don't have a release date at the moment, and everything else is before.
So this is like just like it doesn't affect us.
Yeah, good for them. Like any of those dates mean anything to you?
No.
Is that Valentine's Day or is Valentine? No, it's the 14th, isn't it?
That's the 14th.
Yeah.
Ooh. That would. Come on, Dean, pull yourself together.
Yeah. So there you go. What a fun bunch of dates. I know what I'm going to be doing on those days.
What? Watching the movie?
A cinema somewhere. Unless another pandemic hits or anything like that.
Next, the Hawkeye trailer. I was
like so fed up with you like before we started recording.
What?
I don't know. I just feel like we're a bit at each other's throats today.
Come on, Dean. Next one now.
Hawkeye.
Wait, why is my screen?
That was my Jason Momoa impression.
What? Why did he sound like a retired like strip club hosty? Hawkeye.
That was like weirdly specific. Like how many retired strip club hosts just retired as a one thing, and just that was so much to what there's so much to unpack there.
I honestly, if I had a Jason Momoa impression, if I'm being honest with myself, it would probably sound more like it's a pizza pie, mamma mia, meatballi.
Mamma mia, in the movie. No, they went to Greece, didn't they? They didn't go to Italy. Or did they?
Wow, fake fan. Okay. Anyways.
Yes, I'm a fake Aquaman fan. You got me. Should we talk about this? This has gone off the rails.
Hawkeye. The trailer. Thoughts?
It was good, It looked pretty solid. I just want, Hawkeye to have a personality, and this trailer looks like it might do that.
Maybe he has a hearing aid, so that's
that's
cool.
good. I liked that. I liked the bit when they're in the car and he's like, "Oh, don't use that arrow! Don't use that arrow! They're too dangerous." And then there's arrows more dangerous than that. I thought that was a pretty good joke. He's got a dog. That's
the only issue I have with this trailer is like it was really fast.
Yeah.
There was no cool action shots. Even like the one where it was like mimicking the one from Avengers when like Hawkeye jumps off and turns around. It cut off too quickly. Like it missed That's my only problem with it. It was too
Yeah, I
fast.
get that.
None of the shots lingered around enough for me.
There's they're introducing Echo, which looks fun. She was in the trailer.
Mm-hmm.
She is both a blind actress and the actress has a prosthetic leg.
That's cool.
I don't know if they're gonna. The character is death in the comics. Obviously, that's why they're.
Do you think for this movie they just like blasted sound in Jeremy Renner's ears so he was partially deaf?
Oh, maybe like that it's not even about representation at all, but there was just some kind of horrible accident on set.
They just forgot to CGI it out.
Yeah. People are saying it's when he was like right next to an explosion in Endgame, and that's how it happened.
That'd be so lame, wouldn't it?
Yeah, we'll see. I don't know. I hope Kingpin is in this, which is a rumor we're getting.
Maybe.
Echo. I only just found this out because I googled Echo just to fact check myself live, and it says Echo is the adoptive daughter of Kingpin.
Who knows?
So, just that'll be the best though if we get
that would be
D'Onofrio. He's just the best.
That would be awesome because isn't he like wanting to reprise his role as well?
Yeah, like no, what happened was I think someone tweeted like the article of being like, oh, Vincent D'Onofrio is rumored to return, and then I think he liked it. He liked this tweet. Maybe being an old man, not knowing how Twitter works, and then everybody saw that he liked it and went crazy about it, and that's why everyone's been like, oh, he's gonna be in
the new Mark Ruffalo.
But it'll be and also I feel like Hawkeye's a pretty interesting character to put Kingpin up against.
Yeah, I think I see. I've always been an advocate for Jeremy Renner's Hawkeye. Like, never hated him, but I've always wanted him to have the spotlight. So
this is the thing. I've never disliked him like a lot of people seem to. I just think he's never had like they never know what to do with him, and like what his personality and his like motivation change from movie to movie. I think like they're not sure what they're doing with him a lot of the time. So I'm happy for him to get the spotlight.
Jeremy Renner is kind of a weird dude, though.
Yeah, do you know the Jeremy Renner app?
Oh yeah. Have you seen the Drew Gooden Danny Gonzalez video about it? Oh, it's so
Should we get
funny.
people to donate to us so we can join the Jeremy Renner?
Yes, please, please, people. Just hit up our Venmos.
In time for the Hawkeye TV show. Go fund
Well, I think he deleted it. I think the app is deleted after Danny's and Drew's video.
Oh no, Jeremy. And he's a singer as well. That's just
yes. Sponsored by Jeep.
So. Is he sponsored by Jeep? I don't know why I find that
one funny. Of his songs was like produced for a Jeep commercial.
Well, speaking of characters who are friends with who are friends with Kingpin.
You got this.
Colin Farrell, because he played Bullseye in
Daredevil 2003.
Yeah, and he was I don't remember, and he had the worst Irish accent ever in that movie. And...
Did he?
Yeah,
because Colin Farrell is Irish.
Is he Irish? It was I think it was more like the words they were giving him to say. They're like, this guy's Irish. Let's make him say some Irish stuff.
Yeah, but Colin Farrell's Irish.
Yeah. And then I have no idea who this guy is on the left, but it's definitely not Colin Farrell.
Joke's on you. It is Colin Farrell.
It's so weird. Like when people said that was him in the trailer, you were like, that looks nothing like him.
Well, I don't know why they casted him. Jonah Hill was originally offered the role of the Penguin for the Batman, but he turned it down. But the reason he's here in this episode today is because he is now getting Yeah, he's in the bathroom right now. He'll be here in a second.
Yeah.
He's getting his own spin-off TV show that's reportedly in the works. Which gives me faith that that the Batman's going to be really good.
Yeah, and here's the interesting thing. So something I read about this is that it's supposed to be his rise to fame. And like
interesting.
Before Batman's around. But that's just the TV show Gotham.
Maybe they'll do it better.
Yeah, I haven't seen Gotham.
Me either.
I mean, if it's Colin Farrell, they probably will do it better, you know? I like this guy.
Me too. He was great in Total Recall. I'm kidding.
He was great in Phone Booth, a movie I've never seen.
He was great in. Yeah, that's about it.
He was really, really good in Holmes and Watson. No, that's Will Ferrell, not Colin.
Oh, I was confused. I was like,
anyway, that's our Holmes and Watson mention done, because this movie is scarred us. I feel like we have mentioned it every week since we watched it. Okay.
All right. What's next? Next is the 4 What If episodes that we've missed.
We haven't talked about any What If.
We haven't talked about any What If.
Should we save it for when it's all done, or do you want to?
Yeah, we can save it for when it's all done.
But pretty good.
Pretty good.
It's all right. It's
all right.
Yeah, I like it, but
I don't like some.
Pardon? Yeah, no, there are some bad episodes and there are some
good,
very good, maybe.
Maybe. All right, let's move. See what's
pretty
next.
Good. I'll go pretty good. Okay.
What's next is this post by Andy Muschietti, who is directing the new Flash movie. And for our audio listeners, it is a picture of the iconic Michael Keaton Batman costume, spray painted red with a Flash symbol on top of the bat symbol.
What does this mean?
I've seen a couple rumors. One of the rumors is, I think the character is called like Red Dawn, which is the Batman version of the Flash.
Yeah, I've heard of him.
But personally, I don't think it's going to be that.
I think it's just a cool visual. Yeah, I feel like Andy Muschietti like, I know what we need to do. Let's chuck in another character.
I think what this might be is like the Flash needs a costume. Like he's all out.
Cool.
And he needs to find like he just grabs one of Batman's real quick.
Or maybe he just wanted to remind people that Batman was in this movie, because none of us knew that.
He's like, wait, hold on. Have we posted anything about Batman?
Only maybe he went. Maybe he went to post that, and then like the press guys were like, "This is the Flash movie, though. Stop posting stuff about Batman." And he's like, "Ah." And he sprays it, and he's like, "They are not going to notice that this is about Batman."
My God, I'm so good.
Well, talking of DC projects, which I'm looking forward to,
Peacemaker. We got a 5-second clip of this today.
Hey, I'm John Cena.
That's actually a pretty good John Cena impression.
Thanks. Never done it before, and I felt confident going into it, and I think I stuck the landing.
Yeah, you did pretty good. I think you could work on that one. See, I can actually do a way better John Cena impression. Do you want to see it?
Yeah.
This is purely for a visual listener. Visual.
Oh, I know what you've just given away the joke, but go on. For everyone at home, Harlan just walked away, and the chair is empty, and oh no, he's there.
But the impression was done.
Yeah,
I thought that was pretty good. What do you think?
Good.
Oh,
it's very good. You know, those jokes annoy me in my TikTok comments. Not gonna lie to you.
Oh, dude, when I posted John Cena fun facts, all the comments were, "But there was nobody in the videos."
Oh, it's like the Drax ones annoy me more, actually, I think.
Well, I had a video about John Cena and Drax.
Oh.
And that was even worse.
You were just asking for it then. You knew it was going to happen.
Well, right. The whole point was like I for when I was editing the video, I was very tempted to like find just like empty clips. There's like people sitting in chairs, like nobody there.
That's quite funny. But
just for the sake of the common viewer, I'm like, I'm not gonna do this to them. All right. So that
was sub 20-minute news.
Sub 20-minute news.
That we should speed run news and reviews.
So what do we have next?
Well, we're talking about each of our number one favorite movies.
Yes, I put a very flamboyant poster versus poster of our films. It's not we're not fighting films, but I thought
can we just agree on one thing though? Baby Driver has a better poster.
Yeah.
This is poster versus poster.
Well, yeah, if it's poster versus poster, Baby Driver has a better poster.
Yeah.
But Baby Driver is a very stylized film, so it makes sense.
No, yeah, yeah. This 100. It's like going, oh yeah, Baby Driver's got a better soundtrack, so it's a better movie than Prisoners.
I don't think, personally, for me, I wouldn't go as far to say one of these movies is better than the other. You might disagree with that, but I think they're just so different.
Yeah, no, I do really love both of these movies, and like, yeah, in some ways I can see Prisoners as a better made movie because, like we talk about quite a bit on Guests Best, someone's favorite movie is a lot more than the one which is just like, oh, in this scene the camera pans up, which symbolizes Kevin Spacey touching kids or whatever.
Jesus Christ.
That was not the joke to make.
Okay, Dean.
I just let loose sometimes. You know, I feel like people on this podcast see a whole different side to me that I don't even know exists. I'm not like this in real life, for the record.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, do you think I'm just like a massive racist?
Yeah, that makes sense to me, Mr. I couldn't think of an insult. Mr. doesn't know what Cinnamon Toast Crunch tastes like. Boom. There we go.
It probably tastes like cinnamon and cereal.
And sugar.
Point taken. You win this round. How did I not see that coming? Okay, so how are we talking about these movies? What's going on?
So I got some questions on the next slide.
Ooh, I love questions.
So I have how many? 5 questions. Of course, we can add more if we want to, but
yeah.
Number 1, what makes this movie special for you? Number 2, what was your experience for the first time seeing this movie? Number 3, what puts it above the rest? 4, what's your favorite aspect of the film? And last one, are there any controversies regarding this movie?
Wow, I wonder what that's directed at.
Well, there's another one for Prisoners too right now, so.
Ooh, didn't know that. That's interesting. Anyway, okay, do you want to answer what makes Prisoners special for you?
Okay, so what makes Prisoners special for me is what I like it so much is it's oh my god, my chair's squeaking.
Chair, stop squeaking. Sorry, it's been a long day.
What makes this movie special for you? Because it's kind of it's a mystery film. I would go as far to say, but it isn't a Knives Out mystery film. Because Knives Out, like that's what it is. It's like
it's a whodunit.
Yeah, but this one you kind of go along with the characters and you're like essentially in the passenger seat with all these people and you're trying to figure out as quickly as they are.
I thought Hugh Jackman was in the passenger seat shouting about how he's looking for his daughter or whatever.
All right, Dean, what makes Baby Driver special for you?
For me, Baby Driver.
What are you drinking? What are you drinking?
Diet Coke.
Oh.
Normal sized can today. Is that 2 weeks ago? A tiny Sprite, I think.
Oh yeah, that's right, the tiny Sprite.
See, I remember all these episodes better than you do because I edit them.
Yes, you do.
So I sit through this twice. Anyway, this stilted banter, pretending to like each other, and then the second the camera turns off, just
like, bye. See you tomorrow. See you next week.
Bye. Okay. What makes this movie special for me? I think this movie is just like the perfect amalgamation of like the different elements that I love in a movie, or like the things I look for in my favorite movie. And I think all these things combined make like a movie that is designed for me. And I think that's why I like this movie so much. And I'll get into what those specific things are later, I think.
Right. Yeah.
But one thing I would mention now is that I am a sucker for like a cheesy romance movie.
Are you really? Are you a softie?
And that's, yeah, but like a good one. But you know, I can appreciate a bad one, I suppose. But I feel like Baby Driver is a very like cheesy and cliche romance, and it's supposed to be that.
It is in the best way possible. Because I love this movie. The story isn't very complex.
Yeah,
like it isn't
like I didn't want to say it's kind of like a shallow romance, but there's not a lot of like depth there. But I feel like that's like what you're saying about when you say this is a very stylized movie, and I think that's one element where it is really stylized.
Yeah, 100%. Like,
Yeah.
it's basically baby sees this girl singing a song that he really likes, and then he's infatuated with her. Like,
yeah, and it's yeah.
But it's done very well. What was your experience for the first time seeing this movie?
I think might have told. I don't know. I've told you this story before, I think, and I don't know if that was on recording or not.
Either way, just
I'm gonna say
the
it again.
viewers.
I was gonna say it again, but so I went to the cinema to watch this with my sister. It was just me and her. She would have been 18 at the time. No, she would have been 17 and I would have been 14. And we get there and they don't let us in because the movie is what we'd call in the UK a 15. So I wasn't old enough to go in and I didn't have any ID on me. So they wouldn't, and also like I wasn't 15. But like normally
15, is that R?
I don't know. Just 15, like we do it by the age. So there's 12s, 15s, and 18s. It's as
Interesting.
so this movie was 15, so I couldn't go and see it, and they wouldn't let us in, which is weird because this is the only movie where I've ever gone to watch younger than I was, and I wasn't allowed in. Like I've gone to watch 15s and 18s before I was those ages, or I haven't. If you're listening, police, because I know you're going to arrest me. And so I didn't watch it, and instead I watched Spider-Man: Homecoming, which is also a very good movie. Like,
yes,
it's a very good movie, and I like, and I wasn't super excited to watch Baby Driver. I don't think I'd even seen a trailer, but it was my sister. But like, I went to the cinema a lot. My sister went, I really want to watch this because she's a big Jamie Foxx fan. So like, I didn't know anything.
Those people are out there.
Yeah, a bit random, I know. But I think it was Jamie Foxx, and then I went to watch it a second time with most of my family this time, and they did let me in to watch it. And they let us in it. But before I went to watch it, I was like, oh, I'll watch a trailer. And I ended up watching, there was a clip on YouTube of like the first 5 minutes of Baby Driver. And I watched that and I was like, this is amazing. And then just the entire way there, I was just getting more and more excited. And I watched it and just immediately.
Was your number one?
Yeah.
Yeah, I get that. Yeah, if the first 5 minutes, if you're like, this is the best piece of cinema I've ever seen.
I think that is the best part of the movie as well.
You think so? I really like the chase sequence at the end.
Yeah, that's good as well. I just think it's just so simplistic, and it does just work as a standalone piece. Like you could release that as a short movie and you wouldn't need anything else. And I think that bit, like, I wouldn't say this is a perfect movie, but I would say that bit is perfect.
Dude, every time I get in the car, like not every time, but like half the times when I'm like just like in the mood or whatever, I like go John Berthnelli and I go, and then my mom like reverses the car.
It's good, isn't it? I do that. I'm glad I'm not the only one who just gets in the car and goes. It's a cool moment as well.
So my experience the first time seeing this movie was not in the cinema or the movie theater, as we call it here. Oh, I know. Before I get started, we have a way worse rating system.
Do you?
So we got G, which is
I know, like R-rated. Okay, we actually start with U, which is unrated.
Okay,
and then we
unrated is like super.
No, like, unrated is anything. Like.
Oh, okay.
So like unrated is like there's literally nothing wrong with this.
Oh, okay. So there's like, it's like a Bug's Life, like no Bug's Life. You know what I mean? Like it's like super.
So it goes U, PG, which is parent's guardian, which is like a step above you. So like a Shrek is probably a PG.
Right.
And then 12, 15, 18.
Well, we have G, which is the U for you guys. And then we have PG, which is the same. And then we have PG-13. And there's like, if you're 10 and you go into a PG-13, nobody's going to stop you. Like,
yeah,
nobody cares. And then there's R. And then above that is unrated. And that's when things get like really bad because there's no rating.
I feel like I should probably clarify. I just checked with this DVD and Shrek is U. So it's not PG.
Oh, wow. Interesting. But my experience watching this movie was not in the theaters. It was literally just me and my girlfriend were like looking for a movie, and we saw it on, I think it was on Amazon or something. And I'm like, oh, I remember like seeing a trailer for this on like one of my dad's DVDs. And then I looked it up and I read the synopsis to my girlfriend. She's like, yeah, that sounds interesting. And then like for the rest of the movie, we were just like glued to the screen. And like I don't know what your experience is with your significant other, but when you
Yeah.
guys both find a movie that you just like both automatically love, it's like the best viewing experience.
Yeah, I get it.
Especially for a mystery one, because you can like bounce ideas back and forth. So it was just an awesome like movie night thing. And then yeah, that's
What was
my
your
story.
first experience with Baby Driver?
I think it was at my grandpa's house. It was a movie I really wanted to see, and he had it on Blu-ray, and he had like a surround, like he basically had an in-home theater. And so I was just able to like relax on the couch and like basically in a theater, but like not really.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was awesome. And he had like Dolby Atmos and jazz. Like it was
That's
like
cool.
pristine.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that's cool. You obviously know this. I watched Prisoners for the first time a few weeks ago.
Yes, you did.
Because it's your favorite movie.
Yeah, I forced you to.
Yeah, you. To be fair, like you hadn't mentioned it in weeks, and then I was sitting there. I was like, I want to watch a movie. Saw it on Netflix, and I was like, yeah, because every other, like, I'd been meaning to watch it for absolutely months and months and months, but every single time I saw it, I was like, I don't want to watch a movie that's that long right now and like
How
that
long is it?
intense. It's like 2.5 hours.
Oh, okay.
And I was like, I don't want to watch a movie that's that long and also that intense.
Right. Yeah.
Like, I think you need to be in the right mindset.
You
Which, like,
definitely
I'm
do.
not saying like this is something that makes Baby Driver a better movie, but you can just watch that whenever, really.
100%.
Yeah.
Yes.
And that's
and that's why, like, when it comes to these types of movie, big, like, as in claiming them as our favorite, it's like, what's like one that's like tied with all your other 100% that
exactly,
like
yeah. Like
maybe
I've said this before. Like I've done the TikTok series about movies which I consider perfect. There was maybe 8, and Baby Driver wasn't on that list because I think there is a difference between movies which are your favorite and movies which you think are like the best made.
right, 100%. Like, I watched trying to think of like a perfect movie.
The
Let's
Truman
say
Show is one I would say.
you say that's a perfect, sure. Let's say that's a perfect movie. But it's not on my list. I have like top 3, but it's not
Yeah.
because I don't like it.
Yeah.
But I don't know. So that kind of, I didn't mean to, but it kind of transitions it into the next question. What puts this movie above the rest? Like, what gives it its extra little quirk?
This is an interesting question. For me, I think Baby Driver has an almost infinite rewatchability factor. Like I don't do this as much. I don't watch it as much nowadays, but I used to watch it about like once a month, and just because it was a nice, easy watch, and it was like it's not like intense or anything like that. But the thing about Baby Driver, and the thing with all Edgar Wright movies, is just every single scene has just like so much hidden detail and hidden like messages and references and callbacks, and just you will watch the movie and every single time you will notice a new detail, and that is not an exaggeration in the size. So every time I've watched the movie I've gone, oh, that's cool. And now when I'm watching the movie, I've gotten to the point where this is the bit where this happens and blah blah blah, while still being able to like relax and enjoy it.
Right. Yeah, because like this movie is like, it's my favorite movie.
Yeah.
But like my favorite animated movie is Finding Nemo. My favorite, like, easy, like, relax and watch is Spider-Man. My favorite comedy is like Hot Rod. Like there's multiple other things, but if like a film bro comes up to me, he's like, what's your favorite movie? I'll go Prisoners. And I feel like for this podcast, if I was gonna be like, Finding Nemo is my favorite movie, it'd be a little bit harder to digest.
Yeah. Like if you were
so
invited onto Guest's Best, you would say Prisoners.
Yes.
It's the way
Exactly.
you look at it, because yeah, Not Twilight.
You know what? Maybe you have to rethink this. No, but what puts it above the rest per se, I think, is probably the best executed mystery.
Yeah,
as in like the most fun to try to solve.
Yeah, if I can compliment your movie for a second, to which I realize this whole thing is about us arguing, but I'm joking. What I really loved about Prisoners is because they introduce like so many different suspects and so many little small details and other things that happen. And then when you're watching the movie, like for the first time, I was thinking, I do not see how all these things are gonna like be a part of the answer, but every single like hidden clue is a part of the answer. But not only that, there's not a scene where Hugh Jackman's standing there and be like, well, I knew the entire time and this happened and then this happened and that means that you are secretly this person and blah blah blah. Like they never actually explain it. I think these two key details work so well together of just making you feel really intelligent by the time you finished it.
Right, you feel really good about yourself
if
like when you're done with it,
because you still like the most satisfying thing about watching a mystery movie is if you manage to solve it, and like that's a very rare occurrence. But the thing is, Prisoners tells you the answer but makes you feel like you figured it out yourself,
right?
Because they never actually tell you. I think the correct word would say is they show you the answer and make you feel like you figured it out yourself.
Like what I like about this is like it feels like it. Again, I love Knives Out.
Yeah, stop throwing shade on Knives Out.
No, it's not shade because they're different movies, but Prisoners is much more human. Like it feels like a real life thing.
Yeah, that's
Knives Out is
and that's kind of the style of it, because it's supposed to be like a parody of like an 80s whodunit kind of thing.
Right.
Yeah.
But Prisoners is not a parody of anything.
This is very random like transition, but just about Knives Out made me think about something I want to get off my chest. That like I was listening to a podcast which had Edgar Wright on it the other day, and I have no idea why I'm sharing this. This is just the most off-topic thing ever. But he was having dinner with Ryan Johnson and his wife, Ryan Johnson's wife, on New Year's Eve at a very, very expensive restaurant where his bill was $700 at the end. And the entire time he had terrible diarrhea and he never told Ryan Johnson. That's all I wanted to share. I really wanted to get that off my chest. It's been on my mind ever since. And
Edgar Wright wanted to get it out his butt.
Get what out his butt?
The diarrhea.
Oh, I get it. Very clever.
Yeah. Okay. So what's your favorite aspect of the film question kind of ties into what puts it above the rest. So we'll skip that.
I was actually saving something for this one.
Oh, too bad. Anyways, next question. I'm kidding. What's your favorite aspect?
I feel like this is going to be the popular answer when it comes to Baby Driver, but it's for good reason, and it's 100% how the soundtrack integrates with the movie.
Yeah.
Like that is just incredible how just every like footstep and every single action just is in sync to the music, and how the scenes were written like around the music instead of the other way around, which is how it's usually done.
What would you say is your favorite song?
People ask me this, and I'm not sure, because like I listen to the soundtrack because I like the movie, but a lot of it isn't songs that I would listen to anyway. Let me bring up the soundtrack and have a look, because the two answers I think of at the top of my head are Easy, which is the song at the end, which is Mum Sings, or what's it called? Bell Bottoms, which is the song at the start.
Yeah.
I think those two would be up there, like for like actual use in the movie. But I really like Hocus Pocus, which has a I need to think about this.
Oh, yeah.
Hocus Pocus is a song by Focus.
Yes.
And it has
Hocus Pocus by Focus.
Has an insane. What is it? I don't know how I've forgotten this, because I literally like listen to this song quite a lot. But it's got like an insane, like, what is it? Whistling solo? There's a solo in this song, which you're like, why is it? And this is actually really going to upset me. I'm going to listen to this song and edit it out. Yodeling. This song has a sick yodeling solo. That's what I was trying to think of, because every time I listen to it, I'm like, this is so random, but it weirdly works. And that's why I couldn't remember it, just because it's so weird, and you're like, this works, and it's just dumb but good.
I think another song that you didn't mention that I really like is Intermission by Blur.
Yeah, that's good. Intermission by Blur would definitely be up there. And the other one I would say, which is Harlem Shuffle, which is the one that plays when he goes to buy the coffee, like the second scene in the movie.
Oh yeah, that's a good one. That's a slower one.
Blur is good as well.
Yeah. Okay. Favorite actor of the film, I kind of already talked about it. Hugh Jackman and Jake Gyllenhaal's acting. New to Marvel would disagree with that, but whatever.
I really like the score of Prisoners.
Oh, the score is really good too. It's very
really
simple.
Well. Yeah. It's like understated, like you wouldn't notice it.
Right.
And that,
but it builds tension really well.
I was taught, like when I've told this to other people, they've disagreed this, but my music teacher, like maybe this time last year, taught me that apparently the best movie scores are the ones you don't notice, and I think there's some validity to that.
Yeah, there's definitely some truth to that. I wouldn't say that's.
But then, if you chose your favorite, there'd be something like Jurassic Park or Star Wars,
right?
Where it's But yeah, no, I get the. Okay.
And are there any controversies regarding this movie?
No, I'm checking.
So we got the whole Ansel
Elgort. I haven't looked into that loads.
Me either.
But like I never really not when I walked out of Baby Driver, and do you know, like when you spend an entire car drive home after cinema just thinking about a movie, like that's what I sat there in silence by myself while everyone else around me talked, and I was just thinking about this movie. And not once while I was thinking about this movie did I think, wow, Ansel Elgort was amazing in that movie, or wow, Kevin Spacey did a great job. And I'm not like, and I feel like that's the difference. Like, I understand, like, I'm not sure where I stand on this issue, but I understand why people are like, oh, you shouldn't listen to that song because it's by like a paedophile or whatever. But I think it's very different when you look at something like this, where I love Baby Driver because of Edgar Wright, because of like Kevin Spacey. And
there's even a whole argument when it comes to music. But let's just say, for argument's sake, that we both say that if like a musician is a bad person, you shouldn't listen to the music.
Yeah.
Let's just go with that. I'm not saying that's necessarily how I think or you think, but it's just going to be easier for this conversation. Yeah. That's one person, generally speaking.
Yeah.
This putting it out. But when it comes to like a movie, it's like 1,000 people. Exactly. You know what I mean? All working on this one thing. So it's hard just because of two. I don't like this term given how like everything happening, but like two bad apples and like a whole cast and crew. But I don't know. That's just my take on it.
No, I think you're right. And the other controversy is this is more of a joke on the internet, that the reason people are looking forward to Last Night in Soho, which is Edgar Wright's next movie, is just to hope that it proves that he's not sexist.
Oh,
because like just like there's no like sexist moments in any of his movies, but he's never really had like a well-written female character.
And it's probably also because it's like he's writing it from the male gaze, and also, you want to call it like
and all his movies I think are really told from the one perspective. Like he doesn't have ensemble movies.
Right.
Like Baby Driver is literally just Baby, and like you don't really see anything else apart from that. The Cornetto trilogy is just Simon Pegg and Nick Frost, and then Scott Pilgrim is Scott Pilgrim. So like but you know, I hope he proves us wrong.
Yeah, I don't think there's anything. I feel like going as far as say he's sexist is
like
wrong,
I don't,
because like
it's not about anything that's there. It's about what's not there, which is the main difference.
Like if you look at like my videos, let's say the actor fun fact videos I do, most of them are male. Not intentionally, but it's just I'm like, oh, who should I do fun facts about today? Well, this person should be interesting. I'll do that person.
And that's just because they're the people that you gravitate towards because you are male, and also because you're a raging sexist.
That's too.
Oh, sorry, you told me not to mention that on air.
Come on, Dean.
You went, hey, Dean, I've got something to tell you. I'm a massive sexist. Don't mention it.
And the controversy regarding prisoners is not specifically prisoners, but it's the director.
I was actually going to ask you about this after we finished this.
I cannot pronounce his last name.
Denis, director of Prisoners and June.
Yeah, and Blade Runner 2049.
That's an amazing movie. He's got some good stuff.
Yeah, he's got some amazing stuff. But he most recently said, yes, he said that Marvel movies are all like copy and paste. Is like generalizing what he said.
Yeah, and the ones I wanted to mention as number one, like there is like some validity to that. I wouldn't go as far to agree with it,
right? Because
like I don't think they are, like they're formulaic to an extent, but none of them are like rip-offs of each other.
At least the good ones. We'll go as far to say.
Yeah, and also like, why do you have to just go out there and insult other directors' work?
Like it's going as far, like you can go as to say, recalling Martin Scorsese's take on it. He says they're like circus films.
Yeah.
And that, it's not like I agree with that, but I kind of get where he's coming from. But the copy and paste thing is just like, you clearly haven't watched seen a lot of them.
So the two directors who responded to this, which I wanted to mention, is number one, Neil Blomkamp. Have you seen this?
No, I have not.
He like retweeted a tweet. I'm trying to find the exact wording, but I don't think it's going to matter if I get the wordings. Here we go. He retweeted an article about it and said, "What a fucking arsehole." This is famous director Neil Blomkamp, and then he said it's sarcasm. Absolutely love whatever his last name is, but I think that's pretty funny. But the one I really liked, I don't know if you've seen this one either, is Scott Derrickson, who directed Doctor Strange.
Oh, okay.
He replied saying, so he retweeted a tweet he tweeted ages ago, which said, let me bring it up. It's loading. Something went wrong. Try reloading. Loading. Oh, something went wrong. Oh, why isn't my internet working? This is fun. Basically, he said something along the lines of, why does any one director need to insult the work of another director when we all know how hard it can be? And that's what he said, which I think is just
right.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, I'm not a director, so I can say this. Doctor Strange is probably one of those cutting.
Yeah, that's the funny part. It's like, that's a copy-paste one.
Yeah. Along with that and like Ant-Man and Ant-Man and the Wasp. I love Ant-Man, but it doesn't bring much new to the table. You know what I mean?
Apart from that table which had the Ant-Man armor on it. Yeah.
It's like Ant-Man's good, but it's nowhere near my favorite Marvel movie. You know what I mean?
No, yeah.
And like other movies I would throw in that category, probably like Iron Man 2 and Iron Man 3, and you know, he's right to an extent.
Yeah, but also like, why does he need to say it?
He doesn't need to, and like, I think
like you got. I just don't respect for just throwing shade on other people who are doing the same thing as you. And be like, oh, but I'm better because I make Dune.
I would never direct a Marvel movie, even though it'd be great for my career.
And until they offer me $100 million.
Yeah. Because like at a certain like aspect, like I bet Eternals is probably going to be better than Dune. Like not better, but like the same amount of like effort and intrigue and
also
critical thinking.
like, obviously Blade Runner is a very good movie, but then that's also kind of just like, hey, remember Blade Runner, the first one? This is the second one, and here's Harrison Ford.
I think he's maybe, I don't know, I don't want to assume, but I think he might just be looking for attention. So we decided to take a second Marvel movie.
Well, here's what we learned: the real prisoners are the friends we made along the way.
Can I leave while it's still recording? Is that...
My favorite joke in the world is just to go, and the real blank is the friends we made along the way. It never fails to make me chuckle.
Is that what you do to your friends? Your poor amigos?
Yeah, when I get friends. No, I'm joking. I
was gonna say, what friends?
I have friends.
Ansel Elgort behind you does not count, Dean.
John Hamm behind
me. Yeah, obviously. Sorry, my bad.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm just trying to count my friends. It's going to take me a while. No, I'm joking. Okay, anything else to say?
That's all my questions, unless you want to add something about either Baby Driver or
they were
prisoners.
well-written questions, Harlan.
Thank you. I wrote them in like 5 minutes. So
wow, you have a talent for this. This sounds like sarcasm. It's not sarcasm. But this was a fun episode. I just want to say,
a fun episode.
Next time we are going to have a lot to talk about. We're going to have Venom 2, and DC Fandom.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, we're gonna have a lot.
And like, I'll probably watch James Bond.
Oh yeah, you will, because you're British. I probably won't.
I'm not that interested. I'm not that into James Bond, you know.
Isn't it like? Are you supposed to be though?
Nah.
No. Okay.
Nah. I'm into No, I'm not into Doctor Who at the moment.
Is it still going on, or is it?
Yeah, but it's not very good at the moment, in my opinion. But
is it the girl doctor?
It's not. Yeah, but it's not her fault.
Oh,
it's when they got the girl doctor, as you like to say, they got a new writer, and the new writer is just bad. But he's also got like one series left, and then he's gone. So
good.
I'll stick around for that. But yeah, I don't like him.
Oh wow, we should have talked about Doctor Who, shouldn't we have? I wouldn't have been able to say anything though.
Well, in the series, I've seen very little of the new Doctor Who stuff, but I've seen enough.
No David Tennant? Ah, dear.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Thank you guys for listening. Next week we will be talking about a bad movie.
What it is? I don't know.
Sharknado 4. We're skipping straight to number 4. That's a joke. We don't know what we're talking about. We haven't discussed this yet.
It'll probably be Cats.
You are the one that I don't want to watch Cats, actually.
Me either. Can we please not do Cats?
We've got to do it one week, Harlan.
Eventually.
Well, anyway, adios, guys. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you next week. Bye. Harlan, you're not going to say bye?
No.